Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So this is breaking news and I do have a video coming out before this one, but this one may go up first, I don't know. So it has been confirmed by the Queen and Buckingham Palace that Meghan and Harry have been officially axed from their royal roles and patronages, and they have reviewed their activities over the previous year, and they have concluded that Meghan and Harry will not be returning as working royals, and they will be stripped of everything they have, but their titles, which is rather interesting because they should also lose the Duke and Duchess of Sussex title as well. But that may still be happening, I'm not quite sure. This is a big move on the palace's part, and I'm going to read out the statement that they actually released in comparison to the statement that Meghan and Harry have also released in reference to this new decision from their Megxit review. So Buckingham Palace, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have confirmed to Her Majesty the Queen that they will not be returning as working members of the royal family. Following conversations with the Duke, the Queen has written confirming that in stepping away from the work of the royal family, it is not possible to continue with the responsibilities and duties that come with a life of public service. The honorary military appointments and royal patronages held by the Duke and Duchess will therefore be returned to Her Majesty before being redistributed among working members of the royal family. While all are saddened by their decision, the Duke and Duchess remain much loved members of the family. In retaliation to this statement, the spokesman for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, which is Meghan and Harry, really, basically said this: as evidenced by their work over the past year, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex remain committed to their duty and service to the UK and around the world, and have offered their continued support to the organisations they have represented, regardless of official roles. We can all live a life of service. Service is universal, which seems like a backhanded kind of catty reference. They haven't talked about family, love, or their continued royal affiliation, or their continued support of the rest of the working members who have now taken on the lion's share of the work that they were meant to be doing, which really highlights that Meghan is extremely bitter, and Harry, they're both bitter that they haven't been able to have their cake and eat it too, because if they really wanted this outcome, they would have just given up their titles and left for America and just simply winged it, let go of the funding from the taxpayers' purse, and really started a clean new slate. They didn't do that. They've kind of left, but they still want their hands to be deep inside of the cookie jar, and they still can't quite wrench their fingers out of it, which is annoying for us as British taxpayers because we just want to be done and rid of them for once and for all. So they're still trying to maintain this grasp on being seen as associated with the UK, because they know that with no real affiliation to the UK, they essentially are kind of redundant in America. They're not really royal. They don't really have that strong, heavy royal association, so they won't be as hot as what they was when they initially left last year. I'm going to get into a bit more of this article, and it's titled "The Queen Confirms Prince Harry and Meghan Markle Will Not Be Returning as Royals and Will Be Stripped of Their Roles." And getting into the body of it, the Queen has confirmed that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will not be coming back. The dramatic announcement was made in a palace statement at midday today and sees the Sussexes quit for good more than 1 month before the one-year Megxit review was due to be concluded on March 31st. Now, I'm going to interject my thoughts. This is definitely in retaliation to the confirmation of the Oprah Winfrey news and also the baby that I think they concealed from the palace. I think that it did take the palace by storm. I don't think they perceived or even foresaw that Meghan and Harry would conceal this pregnancy and then announce it for as much attention as they could possibly get. And then on top of that, go and do this very exploitative, damaging interview with Oprah. So this is rather interesting, and it's somewhat of a revelation as to what Her Majesty is thinking. I think the rest of the firm has finally had enough. They've been pushed to the brink, and they have decided that enough is enough, and if they do not axe their relationship with Meghan and Harry, they will all go down rather swiftly. So it continues on here. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex quit as senior working royals in March 2020 to earn their own money in the United States, where they have signed deals with Spotify and Netflix, estimated to be worth more than £100 million. Stepping down as working royals also means the couple, who now live in an £11 million mansion in Montecito, California, will not be able to hold on to their military, Commonwealth and some other patronages. This decision was made after conversations between the Duke of Sussex and members of the royal family. It brings to a conclusion an astonishing week in royal relations between the Sussexes and Buckingham Palace, and while Harry's grandfather, the Duke of Edinburgh, is being treated at King Edward's Hospital in London, the military, Commonwealth and charitable associations which will revert to the Queen are the Royal Marines, RAF Honington, Royal Navy, Small Ships and Diving, the Queen's Commonwealth Trust, the Rugby Football Union, the Rugby Football League, the Royal National Theatre and the Association of Commonwealth Universities. The Sussexes, who revealed on Sunday that they are expecting their second child, are poised for an intimate interview about their lives with Oprah Winfrey on March 7th, which CBS announced on Monday. So that's really the trigger point here. I don't think that we would have gotten this announcement if they wasn't doing this interview. They pretty much had taken it just a step too far. It's gone too far, and now the Queen has really had enough. So the article continues on here. A Buckingham Palace spokesman said in a statement issued at 12:01 today, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have confirmed to Her Majesty the Queen that they will not be returning as working members of the royal family. Following conversations with the Duke, the Queen has written confirming that in stepping away from the work of the royal family, it is not possible to continue with the responsibilities and duties that come with a life of public service. The honorary military appointments and royal patronages held by the Duke and Duchess will therefore be returned to Her Majesty before being redistributed among working members of the royal firm. While all are saddened by their decision, the Duke and Duchess remain much loved members. A statement was issued about 3 minutes later at 12:04 by a spokesman for Harry and Meghan, sent to their trusted media partners such as royal biographer Omid Scooby. Well, he's always featuring in these relations. He's the one who helped Meghan and Harry write that diabolical Finding Freedom. So they announce what he said, which I already read earlier, and then the article goes on to say, shortly after the announcement, the Rugby Football Union confirmed that Harry would be stepping down from his royal role as a patron. A spokesman said, "We would like to thank Prince Harry for his time and commitment to the RFU, both in his position as patron and vice patron. The RFU has greatly valued his contribution to promoting and supporting the game." And the National Theatre, of which the Duchess of Sussex was a patron, tweeted, "The National Theatre is very grateful for the support offered by the Duchess of Sussex throughout the course of her patronage. The Duchess championed our work with communities and young people across the UK and our mission to make theatre accessible to all. As Buckingham Palace have stated, the process of appointing a new patron is ongoing and will be announced in due course. The Queen's Commonwealth Trust has thanked the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for their support. Following the news, the couple are returning their patronages to the Queen. The Trust said in a statement, the Queen's Commonwealth Trust exists to support young people around the world who are delivering practical help to those who need it most. We have been very lucky to have had the keen support and encouragement of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in our formative years. They have enabled us to make fast progress and have helped us to take the organisation to readiness for its next phase. We are glad that they remain in our circle of supporters. Our focus, as always, is on the young people we work alongside. We will be pressing on with vigour to help them reach even more people with the essential services they provide. Meanwhile, the Duke of Edinburgh was today spending a 4th day in hospital for observation and rest after being admitted earlier this week after feeling unwell. Philip was described as being in good spirits, and it also continues on to say here, it is understood a doctor was called after Philip felt unwell for a short period of time. So Prince Philip is struggling with his health, and that pretty much concludes the article. I'm sure a lot of listeners of this channel will be relieved to find out this news, but as I said, it's still very unclear as to whether they will be losing their Duke and Duchess of Sussex title. I'm probably going to do a follow-up because I want to follow this situation very closely, and I think that the royal firm had to sever ties very quickly because we know that they are going to be doing this degrading interview with Oprah, and they do not want them to have any more credence than what they already have. So I'll be back with another video shortly. Let me know what you think. Bye guys.